What's up, everybody? Um, for my capstone next year, I'm gonna do a qualitative research study with not the agency that I'm doing my practicum at this year, but the one that I did for my first year. It's a substance abuse treatment facility, residential. The title of my study is Barriers to Abstinence with Opioid Abuse in Adult Men. Um, so that's what I'm going to be working on next semester. How I plan to conduct the research is to get 10 to 12 participants from the therapeutic milieu there, and the qualification is they have to have a history of opioid abuse, of any type, prescription, non-prescription, everything from, Lortab with your wisdom teeth to heroin on the streets. And I'm going to do hour interviews with these 10 to 12 participants and look at their demographic information, look at attachment styles, look at past attempts at treatment, and then the main question that I would like to answer is what patterns of barriers exist for men seeking treatment, specifically with opioid abuse. So, in doing a lit review, finding some pretty good current research. I'll go over some of it. I'll review a little bit of it because it's going to go on my poster. That there are measures that were put in place roughly 10 years ago, 8 to 10 years ago, by pharmaceutical companies with certain types of opioids to move away from an immediate release tablet to sublingual films and compounds of the opioid that make it so you can't snort it or use it intravenously. And I didn't find anything super solid, but some evidence or some claims that that's mitigated overdoses over the last decade. It makes sense. I can see how that would add up. Looking at factors of like family systems, found a really good article on that family systems a lot of times collaborate to illegally procure opioids. I'll look at that with the subjects of my study. And then a lot of research on like the societal burdens of untreated addiction with opioid abuse. The hospital stays, the overdoses, the pharmaceutical costs. I mean, someone's making money there, but yeah, some of the numbers are in the billions, and it's absolutely crazy. So it's a problem on a macro scale. I'm going to be measuring it on a individual scale through my research. Another thing I'm going to look at is the efficacy of treatment interventions. Really good research on negative reinforcement not being effective because of the neurobiology that's going on with an opioid abuser. Like the pleasure receptors are just not firing at all when you're going through withdrawal from that drug, and you hit them with negative reinforcement, and it's barely effective at all. So that's essentially my capstone direction, kind of a review. Thanks for listening.